Lord Rama is the embodiment of Dharma and compassion. As the seventh avatar of Sriman Narayan, he was the perfect man, the perfect husband, the perfect king. Righteousness pervaded all his actions. He never deviated even an inch from it. His life was full of trials, yet he shows us the meaning of perseverance and right attitude. And because of this, he overcame these obstacles. Tonight, dearest Guruji, we present to you Rama's story.
The Leela begins in Ayodhya, where King Dasharath of the Raghu dynasty was despondent at the thought that he still had no son to continue his lineage. Sage Vashishta, the great sage and royal guru, knew of the king's desire for a son and advised him to do a yagna. And so, to obtain a son, the pious king of Ayodhya, King Dasharath, performed a yagna. Out of which a rice pudding was given by Agnidev. He joyfully took the sweet rice and brought them to his wives, giving one to Kaushalya and the other to Kaikeyi. All three wives were friends, and so offered to share half of their prasad with Sumitra. And so Sriman Narayana willed it that Sumitra gave birth to Lakshman and Shatrughna, Kaushalya to Rama, and Kaikeyi to Bharat.
All four boys were schooled in weaponry and various forms of defense, as well as other laws of the land. Rama was loved by the whole kingdom and was the heart of King Dasharath. His charm knew no bounds, and all fell in love with him.
Knowing of the divinity of Ram, Sage Vishwamitra had come to visit King Dasharath with a request. He told the king that he needed to take his sons Ram and Lakshman to protect the yagna from demonic forces. Dasharath refused, saying they were just small boys. Vishwamitra, known for his temper, insisted, and so the king had no choice but to agree.
As Lord Rama incarnated on earth, Mother Lakshmi also wanted to manifest herself. So she had come down in her original form, meditating and waiting for her Lord to arrive on earth. Ravana, full of lust, saw Mahalakshmi and was compelled to touch her physically. Because he touched her, She cursed him that she will meet him again and be the cause of his death. And thus Mahalakshmi manifested herself in a golden lotus in Ravana's kingdom. Ravana's greed attracted him to the lotus, and upon lifting it, he realized that the weight of the lotus was increasing. Curiously, he opened it to see a baby inside and recognized who the child was. Realizing that it was none other than Mahalakshmi, he sent the lotus away from himself, and so she relocated herself to Mithila, where she was found. Mithila was the capital of the kingdom ruled by the humble and wise King Janak, with his wife Sunaina. They had found the baby and raised her as their own daughter. Her name was Sita. The king of Mithila and the queen Sunaina were amazed at what they saw. Their 10-year-old daughter Sita managed to move the great bow of Shiva effortlessly. It was then that King Janak made his decision that only a man who is strong enough to string this bow is worthy to marry their daughter Sita. The day of Sita's Swayamvar had arrived. Many suitors had come for the great occasion to win the hand of Sita, including one particular special guest.
Greatest Shiva Bhakta, the king of Lanka. I am Ravana. Look at this. Pathetic. No one here will be able to lift this bow except me! Ha 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 ha!
After the completion of the yagna, sage Vishwamitra knowingly passed by, bringing with him Lord Rama to claim his future wife. All were amazed at their charm and beauty.
The people of Mithila fell in love with the divine couple. Their joy and happiness knew no bounds. But Rama's duty was in Ayodhya, and so taking Sita, they left Mithila for Ayodhya. In Ayodhya, time had passed. It was time for King Dasharatha to pass on the responsibility to his son Ram. All the wives were happy, including Kaikeyi, who, even though Ram was not her son, loved him as if he were her own.
However, as fate would have it, the mischievous maid Manthara, who served Queen Kaikeyi, poisoned her mind. Her aim was to convince Kaikeyi not to allow Ram to be king. Oh, Kaikeyi, can't you see? Your son Bharat should be king, not Ram. She continues to create fear and doubt in Kaikeyi's mind, and reminded her of the 2 boons that Dasharatha promised her. She told her to use them to her advantage so she could secure the throne for Bharat. Dasharatha inquired what was wrong with his wife. He could not stand seeing her troubled, and told her he can grant her anything she wanted. It was then that she reminded him of the 2 boons. For the first boon, she asked her son Bharat to be crowned as king. Dasharatha was confused, as Ram was the eldest, but he could not go back on his promise. She then asked for the second boon. She wanted Ram to go to the forest for 14 years. Dasharatha was overwhelmed with deep sadness. But a promise is a promise. And so he was forced to agree. Dasharatha was so heartbroken of the pain of the foreseen separation. Ram was his very heart. The pain was unbearable. He could not imagine a life without his Ram, for he was the reason he lived. Lord Rama was only too happy for Bharat to be king and readily accepted to go to the forest to fulfill the wish of his father. Hearing the news that Ram intended to leave, Lakshman could not imagine even a moment not in service to his brother, and so made the decision to follow him. Sita Maya also felt compelled to follow her husband. As for the people of Ayodhya, they could not comprehend an Ayodhya without their Ram.
Ram, Sita and Lakshman moved to Chitrakoot, where they settled in their small hut for nearly a year. It was here that Bharat came to Ram in deep pain and shame of the circumstances. Bharat refused to be crowned and told Ram that Ayodhya would wait for their rightful king. Placing Ram's padukas on his head, he returned back to Ayodhya. They soon left Chitrakoot and proceeded to the Dandaka forest, where they stayed for another 13 years.
Suparnaka was the sister of Ravan, a demoness representing Maya. Seeing Ram and being infatuated, she transformed herself to a beautiful damsel. She tried her best to charm him so that he could be her husband. But the Lord told her that he was married to Sita and teasingly asked her to try with his brother. Lakshmana was not interested and asked her to go to his brother Rama. She had no luck with either of them. Suparnika blamed Sita for her rejection. Lakshmana protects Sita by getting his axe and chops off her nose. Suparnika told her brother Ravan of the handsome brothers. Hearing of Ram, he wanted to take revenge and went on a hunt. And so a plan was put in place, during which a beautiful golden deer caught the attention of Sita. The deer was in fact a demon. She didn't know this and begged her husband to capture it for her. Before leaving, Ram told Lakshman to take care of his wife. And so Lakshman agreed.
Sita! Lakshmana! Sita! Lakshmana!
When a faint cry resembling Lord Rama was heard, Sita panicked and commanded Lakshman to leave to search for Ram. Lakshman knew very well that his brother was fine. But Sita was anxious and insisted. She became angry and spoke so harshly that Lakshman could not refuse her wish. And so Lakshman drew a line of safety and told her not to step over the line. Hesitantly, he left. Ravana, the demonic king, was extremely lustful, and seeing Sita's beauty, wanted to possess her. He disguised himself as a Brahmin to lure her into his lustful arms.
Bhiksham Dehi! Bhiksham Dehi!
He realized the line would go up in flames every time he tried to cross. He told Sita to cross over, but she refused.
If you don't cross, I will curse you!
Hanuman is the giver of strength to all those with a sincere longing for the Lord. Having received news of two handsome strangers, he went to inquire who they were. Until the Lord introduced himself as Rama. Hanuman reassures the Lord that he will locate Sita and leaves with a ring from Ram as proof that they had met. Sita became a prisoner in Ravan's kingdom and was longing for her Lord.
Oh Sita, you don't know how lucky you are. Be wise and accept my proposal.
Sri Ram, Sri Ram.
Ah! Demoness! Make her change her mind.
Sita symbolizes this longing. Your heart is longing for God. She represents also the single-pointed mind, this devotion, which is surrendered to the feet of the Lord. Hanuman proves that he is a messenger of the Lord and gives her the ring to reassure her that Ram will return. Ravana represents the mind, which portrays itself so huge, like 10 heads. The ego, pride and doubt jump with much enthusiasm. With such a mind, the negative qualities inside take over and the good qualities inside of you are suppressed. And then one becomes blind like Ravana. However, Ravana was no ordinary being. Sriman Narayana had indeed promised to come to earth himself and deliver him, but on the condition that he would be born his enemy. The thought of his enemy Ram danced in his mind continuously. His wife even tried hard to convince him that unless he returned Sita back to Ram, he would meet his end. But there was no use. His brother Vibhishana, who was devoted to Sri Ram, tried to make him realize that he would never win a battle between the Lord and to surrender, but again there was no use. And so Ravana's one-pointed mind drew the Lord closer and closer to him. Ram, with the help of the monkey army, had managed to build a bridge to cross over from India to Lanka. And so the battle began.
Jai Ram.